shot, like a Hennessy shot. Just threw it back, tasted nothing. I just felt like a little burn in my, I took a video. I wanted to see, so I took a video, but all I felt was like a little burn come right here, but after tasting the alcohol, nothing. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany Chayla. If you don't know me, welcome everyone. Today I am going to be talking about this crazy experience I have personally had with COVID. I know it's just so weird to even say, like, I have coronavirus. Like, it's so weird. But I'm making this video to be more informative than anything, because literally, like, this can go one way or the next, and it can happen to one person, not the next. So I just want, like, people to be aware of everything. And I know that they probably heard stuff like this before, but I mean, there's no harm in educating, right? So I have my phone out because I'm going to be looking at it for, like, references so I don't miss anything that I wanted to say. So the first thing that I had on here is how I figured it out. So how I figured it out. So let's see. Okay, so I had been, since the whole virus outbreak, I had been in my house. Like, anybody that knows me knows I don't go anywhere. Like, I recently told my friend yesterday that I have the virus. She's like, what? You don't go anywhere? I'm like, yeah, I know. But this is one of the things, like, you can literally get it in any point in time. So should I turn the fan on? It's so hot. Okay, anyways. Yeah, but I had been in the house for however long because I don't go anywhere. Like, I really don't. And then I decided to go out one weekend. Well, I had went to my friend's house in North Carolina, but when we were there, we didn't go anywhere. Like, we got our food and brought it back to the house, but that's really the only thing I can think of that we did, like, that left the house, because we were there to shoot my video, so we were always in the house. But where I went out one time was on Father's Day. I had ended up going to Lake Lanier. I went on a boat at Lake Lanier with one of my best friends, actually both of them were on the boat, but one of their families had like a Father's Day thing. And so I went on the boat with them. We had a bunch of fun. And I'm not saying that I got it from them, because I really don't think, I don't think I did, because nobody there has symptoms, and on top of that, like, my symptoms started 2 days after that, or what was my symptoms, but I didn't know back then. So I'm only saying this boat story to tell you guys how I was misled by, like, my symptoms. So after the boat, well, actually on the boat, it was a pretty sunny day, like 80 something degrees. Very beautiful day. And out of nowhere, it starts freaking raining so hard and so cold. There was actually hail. And the boat wasn't one of those enclosed boats. Like, so we were sitting outside getting hailed on. And then like probably after about 30 minutes of the hail rain, which was freezing cold, like my teeth were chattering, it got sunny again. And so I know me, I know that I get sick easily, very, very easily. When it comes to like common colds and stuff, I don't think I've ever had the flu. But when it comes to common colds and things like that, I get sick very, very easily. Head colds, it happens so often to me, and I always, every single summer, I always get sick. So I'm on the boat, and I'm like vocally, I'm saying this out loud, like verbally. I'm like, I know I'm gonna get sick because this weather change, and then I had my natural hair out. It was just raining on my head. I'm like, I know I'm gonna get sick. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get sick. So I kept saying that. Fast forward 2 days later, right? And we're on the boat. Well, we're not on the boat, excuse me, I'm sorry. 2 days after the boat, I start like doing like this with my throat and like coughing, but it wasn't like a super deep cough. Like I've had a super deep cough before, and it was nothing like that. It was like a normal common cold cough, and then a clear of the throat, like probably like 2 times, 3 times a day. So it wasn't anything crazy. And I was like, I texted my friend, I was like, well, best friend, so I was like, do y'all feel anything crazy going on with your throat, or it's just me? And they was like, nope, nothing. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's like psychological. And so I was like, let me just move on. So I took medicine that I would normally take when I get a common cold, like or a head cold, because that's what I thought I had, because it happened right after the boat. So took that medicine. It was gone within a day or two, like legit a day or two. And I was like, oh, okay. My throat did not hurt whatsoever, like not even a little bit. I didn't have no type of cough. I did, I noticed that I did get a nausea symptom, but it only lasted like 2 hours out of one day. And I personally thought that it would, and I still don't believe that it was because of the virus, but I'm lactose intolerant, and I had this disgusting iced latte from Dunkin' Donuts. My stomach was turned immediately. Like, I don't know if they used bad milk. I thought they used bad milk, but it only lasted like 2 hours out the day. I took something called Emitrol. I think that's the name of it, and it's like a liquid thing to suppress your nausea. I didn't throw up. I just felt like I really did have to, but I never did. But after I drank that Emitrol, it was gone, but it only lasted 2 hours. So there's a nausea portion that could have been a COVID symptom, but who knows? Well, I know that it is a COVID symptom, but I'm saying one of mine. But yeah, so the next one, I did have like a stuffy nose, and this was like 2 days after I lost my cough. So, well, actually it was like 3 days. No, 2 days. And so I'm thinking like, I'm thinking that it was just part of the head cold still, because it was still very recent. Like, and I took medicine, and that was gone in a day. The whole time I'm taking Theraflu, y'all. Wait, not, yeah, I was drinking Theraflu tea for like cold, I think it's like severe cold symptoms. I think that's what it's called, but it's Theraflu tea, and usually when I have like colds and stuff, that knocks it out. the way, like immediately. And so that medicine was, it was a nighttime type of deal. So it was like equivalent to taking NyQuil. So I wouldn't take NyQuil and that at the same time because it knocks you out. And so I kept sleeping. This is one of my symptoms that I realized that I do actually have. Like, I kept freaking sleeping. Like, to this day, because I still have it. I realized that I just keep sleeping. And the fatigue is nuts. I will get into that later on. But the fatigue is something that is just, you cannot fight. And people were getting on me because I'm laying in the bed all day, but I'm like, I cannot. Like, I don't have any motivation. So we're gonna move on to that later. But the one symptom that made me get tested, because remember the cough, and then the the runny nose, because I don't really count that nausea moment. I really don't, because I really don't think that was. So the runny nose, like the stuffy nose, and the cough, they both only lasted like a total of 3 days. So, and they went away with like the Theraflu tea and then NyQuil. So I naturally just thought that it was the head cold. So since that was gone, the following week that came up, he knew that he knew that I had gotten that sick feeling, like the head cold, common cold type deal. And so I went into my brother's room to talk, and he was like, hey, he was like, you still feel sick? I was like, no. Well, the only thing is I really just lost my sense of, I was like, I think I just lost my sense of smell, so I don't know if my runny nose is coming back. He was like, yo, get out my room. I was like, what? And he's like, you need to get tested. You should get out my room though. And I was like, okay. But he ain't saying it in a mean way. He just said it like, I can still hear you from outside the door type deal. So I got out of his room, and when he told me that, like, the loss of smell was a symptom, because I did not know that losing your senses was a symptom of the virus. I know it may seem like it's everywhere. I don't watch the news. Like, I hear about stuff through like news articles that I read on Twitter or on Instagram, like that type of deal. None of them had said anything about the loss of senses. So I personally did not know. And I mean, I kind of hate that for me, but you don't know what you don't know. Like, I don't have cable in my house. We just have Apple TV where I watch like HBO Go, Netflix, Hulu. I don't have cable, so I don't watch the news. I really don't watch TV, period. That's why we don't have cable. I really did not know that loss of senses was a symptom until my brother told me, and then I like immediately took it seriously, because like that isn't something that I'm completely used to, but also I didn't know if it could be like allergies or something like that, or you can lose your senses due to, you know, sinus infections and things like that. Even common cold, like stuff like that happens. But I just, I did not, because all of my symptoms were gone, I didn't think that it was COVID related. But I was just like, just in case, because I wouldn't want to like infect anybody in my household or anybody that I've been around. So just in case, I got tested. I honestly 100%, like, you couldn't convince me. I did not think that I had the virus, like, at all. So I was just getting tested to be cautious because my brother said that that's a symptom of COVID, but I really thought that it was going to come back negative. Basically, my brother was like, you should get tested. Um, so at the time I lost my senses, that was the only thing that was happening to me. I didn't feel I didn't feel no cough, none of that. I just didn't have like my sense of smell. The next day, because I couldn't get tested that day, my brother said it because he said it like late in the day. I got tested the very next day immediately. So I self-isolated, right? Oh, okay, let me get to the testing. So after my brother told me, I went to get tested. Mind you, I self-isolated once I got that symptom. Well, that symptom that my brother told me about, like informed me about, I self-isolated. I didn't go around anybody. I still haven't been around anybody after that. I was in the house. Like, people would bring me food when we go to get food. Like, I wouldn't go in any facilities or anything like that. So, testing in the gray area of not knowing is what I have down. Y'all, so first of all, the testing, I need everybody, if you feel a symptom, I need everybody to grow up and suck it up. Like, it's gonna be in your nose for 2 seconds and that's it. Like, I know so many people that like refuse, even though they feel a little something, like they refuse to get tested because they're so scared. But it's like, guys, this isn't the worst thing that can happen, a stick up your nose. It's really not. And that's not like trying to be mean to anybody that's told me that, but it's just like so many young people, even on the internet that I see, they're saying like they don't want to get tested because they're scared of the stick going up their nose. And I'm like, y'all are adults. But I'm telling, like, every time I hear that from somebody, I'm like, it's literally no worse than you getting a tattoo. Like, it's not even as bad as you getting a tattoo, to be honest. So they put the stick up your nose. My doctor had me lock my fingers so I wouldn't push her, but I still locked my fingers and pushed. But you're not supposed to do that. She put the thing up my nose and my eyes were burning, y'all. She put out both of my nostrils. My eyes were burning and crying. That's really about the only thing that happened. So testing was pretty fun. The only bad part about the testing that I had, it came, she thought that like because I didn't have, like she was like everything I've described like points to the virus almost, like given the circumstances. But she was like, the only thing, like if I had a shortness of breath, then she would have done rapid testing, but she didn't. And so I got my results back in 11 days, which pissed me off. Like, I get it, but 11 days at that point, you telling me that I quarantined like since I started testing. So there's 11 days from then, so I have to quarantine for another 2 weeks. Like, that was just so stupid. And then it's like, what am I getting the test for if you're gonna give it back in 11 days? Like, it was just dumb. But I guess I understand there are so many tests, whatever. Still dumb in my opinion. But yeah, so the whole time I'm waiting for the test results, like, guys, this is the part, like, I kept sleeping. I didn't have any type of motivation. And then, like, I had, like, a depressive type of episode because it's, like, one, I was in bed all day sleeping. 2, I was feeling unmotivated. And 3, like, well, not and 3, but 3, it was raining like so many times. Like every single day it was raining since I got tested. It kept raining. And I'm just like, can the rain just go away? Like, just that would be fine for me. But it kept raining. And then in my head, I kept thinking about the people that I was around, like, before when it happened. Like, suppose the results come back positive. Like, I was around my nephew. I was around, I can't say, but somebody else that was at risk. And then I was around my mom. And so, like, I was around a baby, like a baby. He's a few months old. A baby. And my sister had been around, like, my uncle and aunt who and my cousin who have, like, problems. I was feeling like, since I got tested, the day I got tested, I was feeling so bad about being around these people who were at, like, a higher risk than I was. So I'm just like, I really hope that it doesn't come out positive, because I'm gonna feel super bad. So the whole time I'm in bed feeling unmotivated, it's raining, I'm like feeling like that depression thing, like the depressive spell. I'm also beating myself up because I'm like, what if I infected these people? I would feel like I would feel really, really, really bad. And so I'm beating myself up. And this is within the gray area period of not knowing. So it's not like I even had it at this, well, I even knew I had it at this point. It's just not knowing whether or not I had it. And I think that, like, it's not talked about enough how, like, to deal with that. But I feel like you have to have supportive people in your corner when everything is going on like that. For me, my mom and my friends were there, like, immediately. Yeah, the whole having supportive friends in your corner, that's really important when you're going through that period of not knowing, because you need, like, somebody to distract you. You need somebody to keep you upbeat. You need somebody to motivate you to do something. So that was the not knowing type deal. Crazy. So when my test came back, it came back positive this past Sunday. So by then, like, by the time my test came back, I had managed to, in that 11-day span, I had managed to lose my sense of smell, like, completely for days. Like, still I don't have it. And my taste. Like, the same day I went to go get tested, I lost my taste completely. And so, yeah, that really sucks, because you can't smell or taste anything that you're eating. And it also leads to a loss of appetite, because you don't want to eat just because, like, you can't taste anything. This is the weirdest thing I've ever gone through in my entire life. Not being able to taste or smell. I can spray a Lysol can in front of my face twice, which I did, and I smelled nothing. Don't do that at home, guys, by the way. I drank a Henny shot, like a Hennessy shot, just threw it back, tasted nothing. I just felt like a little burn in my, I took a video. I wanted to see, so I took a video, but all I felt was like a little burn come right here. But after tasting the alcohol, nothing. Yeah, I've lost a bunch of weight since then because I can't smell or taste anything. So a recent symptom that happened to me after I got my results back positive, I lose my breath. Like, when I walk up and down the stairs, I lose my breath. And then when I have really long conversations or I have a lot to say at one time, like 5 sentences at once, I'll be losing my breath. It's a wonder that it hasn't happened since I've been on camera, because usually, well, the past 2 days, it's been happening like crazy. But I have my asthma pump because I do have asthma. So I have my pump. How to handle it correctly is the next bullet point. Like, if you don't take anything else from my video, if you are feeling a symptom, like, and this is based on personal experience, I didn't get this told to me, nobody told me this, but if you are feeling even one symptom of coronavirus, apparently you should tell everyone that you've come in contact with. If you're getting tested for coronavirus, you should tell everyone you come in contact with, because that's where I'm seeing a lot of like pushback reactions, like anger coming from other people, is because you don't communicate with people that you felt one symptom, like even if you don't know, like just tell them. So that's something that I've been seeing people get mad at. So my advice to anybody who, first of all, my advice, young people, don't be crazy. Like, go get tested and stop letting that whole the idea of the nasal thing get to your head. Go get tested if you feel a symptom. It's no point in, spreading that and not getting tested because you don't want it to come back positive or you don't want it to hurt. There's no point in possibly spreading that to your loved ones. Like, this is probably the worst I've ever felt in a long time, because I just am beating myself up for being around certain types of people and stuff like that. So go get tested. This sounds like an STD commercial, but go get tested for real though. Another piece of advice I have, when you are in that down type of mood, because like I've seen people talking about like they feel unmotivated and sleepy. When you're in that down type of mood, allow yourself to feel what you're feeling. Everybody on my Finsta knows that I was crying. When I didn't know, I was crying like almost every day, to the point where I was contemplating taking my depression medicine. Like, I was crying all the time. But allow yourself to feel what you're feeling is my advice, because after all, you're going through it. You have to let those emotions out. Just allow yourself to feel it. When you find out that you have the virus, if you do, I'm hoping you guys don't, but the reality of it is a lot of people are going to get it if they have not already gotten it. When you find yourself being positive for the virus, do not beat yourself up. Like, I know that when I was going through it, I was already beating myself up because I found out on the Sunday, right, at 11 a.m. I contacted anybody that I had been in contact with probably in the past month, which is crazy. I had to reach back that far. I didn't even remember. I don't even be remembering what I wore the day before, but I tried my best to remember anybody I had been around, so I contacted everyone that I've been around. This is within 20 minutes of me finding out that I had the virus. I've had people get angry at me for not telling them about my symptom that I had at the moment. I got tested, and that made me feel even worse because I was already feeling bad about putting those high risk people, you know, in that position, especially like my nephew. I know that he has really bad respiratory problems, so I was like, and he is legit the light of my life, so I would never knowingly be around him if I thought I had that. And the fact that I was around him, I just felt terrible, guys. Oh my gosh, I feel myself crying again. Okay, I made this video like days after it's Thursday. So I made this video because I did not want to cry. So yeah, I felt really bad, and then on top of that, I had people getting mad at me for getting the virus, for being on the boat. And then high stress situations, like people yelling at me, it raises my anxiety like to the freaking American Airlines plane that's flying above the house right now. Like, it's very bad. I don't put myself in high stress situations, so people screaming at me on top of me already feeling how I was feeling, it didn't do well at all. I was, the whole day, I told you guys, I found out at 11 a.m. that I had the virus on Sunday. I cried the entire day to my slumber, bruh. Like 11 a.m. to the time of my slumber. I cried the whole day, and then some of the next day too, but it was only brief. But take care of yourself, guys. Like, my advice is to be gentle with yourself. Don't allow like negative energy to come in on top of you finding out that you have this deadly virus. So take care of yourself. If you guys don't have the virus, my advice is to stay safe. Don't put yourself in like positions where you could possibly get the virus, even though you can't say that because you can get it literally from being inside the house too. People can bring it to you. But try your best to just make wise decisions when it comes to going places like recreational activities and leisure things. Like, limit that. But yeah, I'll probably make a video updating you guys about like after, you know. But yeah, hold on. Hi, sugar.
Super rabbit. Super rabbit.
You're Super Rabbit?
Super rabbit.
Hi, Super Rabbit.
Hi, Super rabbit.
I love your hair.
You do.
You're totally welcome.
I want your hair.
You want my hair? Sorry. I was actually just wrapping my video up as my nephew called me. So, yeah. The last thing I was just gonna say was take care of yourselves, guys. Take care of your bodies. Take care of your mental. Don't let these hard times get you down. Just take care of yourself. And thank you for joining me. I know this video seemed probably super boring, and I know it's probably long, but thank you for sticking with me, and I will chat with you guys later. Bye, guys.